So I have returned once again today to deliver another stream of Golden Kamuy, the manga series. We're good to go, we're good to go, we're good to go. So yes, we actually have returned to cover chapter 189 of Golden Kamuy. As we know, episode chapter 188 never happened, doesn't exist. No, I mean, if you're telling me what happened when chapter 188, I'm telling you, finally, Ogata and Sugimoto actually got together. Sugimoto definitely did not actually suck out his eye and then actually end with Shirashi and Sugimoto kind of all having urine on themselves. Didn't end like that. Nah, nothing happened. The last couple of chapters were a complete blur. Nothing happened. Ogata didn't lose his mind for a little while and actually kind of got a little bit psychotic. Nah, he's fine. He's okay. He's definitely got his eye still as well. He's okay. And now Ogata and Sugimoto actually together as well. It's the kind of thing we always wanted. We always wanted to see Ogata and Sugimoto actually together. And now we've got it. So that's what happened. Can't tell me otherwise. It didn't happen that way. Nah, didn't happen. But yeah. So, I do believe actually finally get some information on what actually happened to Kiro as well. Because Kiro is actually kind of very much MIA currently. Because he was stabbed by Tanigaki. Because Tanigaki was like, bro, can you not? Like, what happened to Abashiri? And stabbed him, and now actually kind of wonder what actually happened next, and whether that actually doesn't fully survive, because we've currently got 3 characters complete MIA currently, who's basically currently Ogata, which I don't believe actually will die. We've got Kyodanki as well, and also we actually have Ikarama as well. So there's 3 MIA characters currently. So it's interesting to see who actually doesn't fully go. Hopefully it's not anyone I actually like, because I think Kiro has to go. He's the one that's kind of like on teetering on he's gonna go. So I actually want to know that will go through with it. But anyways, actually want to actually go live. So go live for Golden Kamuy chapter 189. I do believe that we are good to go. Are we good to go? On that front, we're good to go. On this front, we are betrayed by Twitch. Oh, we're not betrayed by Twitch. Twitch, you done good this week. You done good. I'm proud of you. Oh, man. Oh, there we go. My throat just died mid-sentence just then. We're actually back. Twitch actually did good this week. We're actually good to go. So, anyways, actually beginning chapter 189, Trail of Blood. Trail of Blood? Yes. So, on this journey, I've thrown away my friend, my wife, my children. I can't let it end here. I mean, boy, you've been stabbed. I mean, you're currently worse off than Ogata at this point. Like, he's actually kind of more worse off because he's got more blood loss at this point. I mean, Ogata's lost an eye, but the poison's gone, hopefully. So there's that. He gave back what was left behind. Several minutes before Asudapa and Sugimoto are reunited. Private First Class Tanigaki. Who did that to you? It was Kyodanki, the bastard. Don't get up. We'll take care of the rest. There's blood going that way. He's got a serious wound. Let's go, Tsukishima. You wait here. I mean, how long has it been since we actually last seen them? Like, at least, what? 4 chapters at this point, I believe? That gun. It's Tanigaki's, isn't it? The blood is leading this way. Huh. What are these strings? Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. I mean, I've been wondering this whole entire time I actually have to Koito and Tsukishima. Didn't actually want to see him get hurt, okay? I was like, I want to see what happens to him. Didn't want to see him go as well, Jesus. God. What was that sound? I've got a pee. Explosive booby trap. Tsukishima! Come on! Don't let him go as well. Don't MIA Tsukishima at this point as well. Are you injured, Second Lieutenant Koito? Ah! Don't go by yourself! You bastard. I must say, I do love Koito as well. He is a good boy. He's a good boy at heart. I love the boy as well. The trail of blood stopped. The trail of blood stopped. There aren't any more footprints either. Did he fall into the ocean? Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Kiro, please. Kiro, please. Whoa! Was he saved by the sill? Was he saved by the sill? I wonder if Kiro actually knew about the whole thing. You can't block one of his attacks. Because if you do, it's actually more grave than actually trying to fight him head on. Because I remember that was actually like one thing way back in like chapter 100, I believe. At this point, seeing Koito punch him in the face is actually kind of satisfying. Oh, please don't. You bastard! How dare you do that to my lieutenant? Oh, to my men as well. Also to lieutenant as well. How dare you do that to my men? Oh! Did he just? Did he do it? This one is for Fukushima. N189. He didn't do it, did he? Didn't actually stab him in the neck. So, character contest part 3. Third place went to Fukushima, and the request was for him to do a flower troop pose. The flower troop pose is one of the all-female troops that perform in the Takarazuka Revue. I never said that word correctly. Revue. Is it Revue? Musical theatre based in Western Japan. There are several different troupes that perform in the revue. That's it, revue. That's how you say it, revue. And this pose is one of that is only done by members of the flower troupe. The line Fukushima is saying is "You should die." It's a line given during the Takarazuka performance of the musical Elizabeth. And there we go. I mean, it's basically all hinting towards Kiro's gonna die at this point. Like, that's the problem with this arc. Like, it's not helping Kiro's actual survival at this point, because Kiro is kind of he is literally on the verge of dying. Like, the problem is with Kiro's character as well is the fact that he's a very interesting character because his ends don't justify his means. Like, he has probably a justifiable motive of what he's actually probably doing, but the problem is the way he's gone about it's kind of just like clouded what otherwise kind of justice you actually do in theory seeing him. It's actually kind of interesting because at the end of it you kind of wonder what did he actually accomplish, like what actually does in theory happen, but then at the same time what's the actual lasting effects of it all? Like what's the lasting effects of the whole entirety of his character? Does his character still live on after if he dies? That's the question, because that's always what I've wondered about the characters in this manga, is the fact that when they die, they don't die in a kind of the conventional way of death. They kind of live on still afterwards. Like, in essence, if Ogata died last chapter, God, I hope he doesn't, but say he does in theory die, his legacy lives on within Asiropa's character, because he's changed her to the point of turning her into a killer at that point. He did what he wants to do. So then my wonder is what happens to Kiro's character? Like, what would be his legacy after he dies? Because I've always wondered, because at this point he's kind of done a lot, but what's the lasting effect of his actual character at this point? That's why I've always kind of liked him as a character, because he's mysterious. And now I actually kind of learned more about him. He's a kind of a weird character, because he's got a really weird way of going about things, which a lot of characters do in theory have in this manga at this point. That's one of the more interesting factors about this manga as well, is the characters do in theory have a motive, but the way they go about the motives actually is kind of like it's not in the most conventional of all manners. Like it's what I've actually kind of noted about the characters. Like Ogata's character, for instance, as well. The way he goes about doing what he wants to actually accomplish isn't kind of like the most conventional way of doing things, but he does it anyway because that's how he does it. I guess the same thing goes with Kiro as well. Kiro's character is kind of like he's got a motive to what he's doing, but the problem is his motive won't in theory justify what he's trying to accomplish, what he's actually trying to do. So it's one of those, he's an interesting character. So I don't want to. I fear he's the one to go. Kiro is the one to go because his character's got to the point that I believe he will die. Like there's no way they will actually keep his character going after his arc, because this arc is kind of his like retribution in the end. If he dies, then he dies knowing he tried his best to actually do what he wanted to do. Granted, it wasn't the correct way of doing things, but it's one of those things that you kind of do in 3C. That he kept on doing what he wanted to do. So it's one of those things, I do in 3 want to see what does in 3 happen to his character after this point. But I mean, yeah, it's actually quite interesting to see what's actually happened to Koito's character as well, because Koito's character slowly developed as time went on as well. Like, how he sees Shikishima as well is actually very interesting, because they've actually kind of got that bond now. That kind of bond you don't conventionally see often, because at first they kind of don't really seem like that very close. But now they seem very much more close. It's actually kind of cute to see them together because they kind of do in 3 see one another in a different way. And I actually kind of liked it because the events did in 3 bring them closer. It actually kind of created a group of people you didn't really otherwise think would work out correctly in the end. Which is actually one of the things this anime does, also manga does quite well, is the fact of actually kind of bringing together characters you don't otherwise imagine to be together, kind of work out correctly. So yeah, I mean, it's gonna be an interesting turn of events now, I believe. That's one of the things I've actually kind of noticed. It's gonna be very interesting to see what doesn't really happen now, because it's all the cogs are starting to go into motion, like in essence with the characters, because one's got to die. Like one character's got to die. It just depends who it's gonna be. Like you don't know who it's gonna be, but I wonder who it could in theory be. It's pointing towards Kiro at this point. I'm going as Kiro character. My philosophy is who's gonna die, but. Again, I've been surprised beforehand, so I don't know. That's the thing. I don't imagine it's actually going to happen. I don't imagine anyone else will probably die. Because it's a bit too early for any other characters to die, because the character arc hasn't actually kind of ended just yet. Tsukishima's arc hasn't ended just yet either. Neither has Koito's, and neither has Ogata's character technically, because theoretically speaking, Ogata's character has now a retribution arc. He hasn't actually kind of ended. His character arc has ended in a way, but he's now started the retribution arc in process. So now it's going to be interesting to see what does in theory happen to him. But I don't think it'll be Ogata or Ikarama or anyone like that. It's got to be Kiro, because Kiro's arc is the only character arc I've seen that's ended. Because he dies in it. If he dies in his arc, it actually doesn't really bring him full circle. That's just me at least. That's just me at least. I don't know. That's how I see things at least. That's how I'm going towards what's going to happen with Golden Kamuy. I mean, again, I can't predict this manga because look what happened last chapter. It's just one of those ones. You're like, oh, I can't predict this, can I? It's always going to constantly subvert what actually expect to actually happen. But yeah, I mean, good chapter overall. Actually, kind of saw our boys back as well, other than our boys beforehand. But it's nice to actually kind of see an update. I thought it actually probably would go down this route after the whole thing with Gata's character, because you have to keep that thing going that you're wondering if it actually is dead or not. But I liked how we actually got them back, because they actually kind of needed to be shown, because again it kind of alleviates your anxiety who's gonna die, but then raises it also because you still don't know who's gonna die. So who knows? That's Golden Kamuy in a nutshell. Who knows? But yeah, I mean, overall good chapter. So yeah, that is me done for today. It's actually always there. I actually can't speak. Man. So actually, as always, if you have enjoyed this whole entire stream as a whole, then do indeed leave a follow, because indeed there's something quite a bit on Twitch. If you have enjoyed it here on YouTube and you do want to leave a like, then do leave a like, because indeed there's something quite a bit. If you haven't enjoyed it here on YouTube and you do want to stay a bit longer, then do indeed leave a sub, because indeed there's something quite a bit. If you want to stay a bit longer after the whole entire point, then do in theory leave a follow on Twitter, because indeed there's something quite a bit. On Twitter, actually, no streams go live, and no streams I do as well. And you don't actually have a Twitter account. I do in theory also have a Discord server. Just in theory, Tony streams go live, and no streams I do as well. Also, I've got to mention, there's actually one other character that could in theory die at this point as well, Sophia. Though I don't imagine Sophia to die either. That's the problem. That's why I'm kind of pointing towards Kira, but Sophia could die as well, because they're both technically after the same means. So if any of them die, their character arc kind of ends, because that's how it's kind of going. But at the same time, don't think they'll kill her off, because if they don't kill her off but kill Kira off, it kind of then makes her character kind of have more motive for later on. If you get what I mean. So that's what. So then again, it's one of those things that it just points towards Kiro. That's the thing with Kiro's character. Everything points towards him. That's the thing. So you have to wait and see. So until next time, chapter 190, I will see you guys later. Bye for now.